Yep.
All right, here we go. So we just merged in a little change here to go back to the backtick instead of our like custom red code
Yeah. Like
style
kind of
that
the
was
red
there.
background and all that. Yeah.
We're trying to be more tailwindy, and to the point we're about to use the new Tailwind 3 shift to upgrade laravelshift.com, but it was a little small change we did first here. I just merged it in
Yeah.
and deployed it.
I'm
Yeah.
starting to think that like I shouldn't always just think that the brand color has to be used everywhere and like, it's like sprinkled in rather than like heavy handed, just throw anything with the brand color, especially when it's red.
Yeah, I mean, these backticks definitely take a minute to get used to. I remember the first time I came across it, like I thought, oh, did I leave like an extra backtick in my markdown or something?
Yeah. Yep.
But like a minute ago when these were all red, I should have left it up for comparison, but like when these were all red, like that's a lot of red on this
Yeah.
page. So like this
It's
is
kind of like
way,
it's almost distracting. Like it draws your eyes to it. It's not supposed to
yeah.
like, yeah. I think like when you
Well,
put a
that
lot of them in one sentence, it reads a lot nicer when they're a little bit more subtle.
and that was kind of the joke we made was just like, let's not overthink it. Like we're trying to get now that, especially now with Tailwind UI and using it more on some of these pages, like just trying to get back to Tailwind, right? Like just leave it to the pros, right?
Yeah. The pros, like the professionals or the pros class.
Oh, I meant like pros as in like design, like the Tailwind team, like they've
The
already thought this
professionals. Yeah.
out. But yes, we are
Good.
using
Good
the
pun. Yeah.
pros class as well on this PROSE. Nice, nice. Okay, let's like geek jokes. Let's go to the Tailwind 3 shift and dog food this sucker. I did merge everything you had, right?
I hope so.
Let's go find out. I just want to make sure we have the absolute latest. If I could just go to shift pulls, that would be great. There we go. Yeah. Yeah, we just got that
Merged, but
Lone
it
Ranger
isn't
Docker
deployed.
one floating out there. What'd you say?
It's merged, but is it deployed?
Oh, I'm gonna say yes. I'm
Okay,
gonna
cool.
say yes. I definitely don't want to deploy from the iMac. I know that it has outdated assets. So
Okay. Yeah, let's just
I'm
do it.
gonna I'm gonna assume that it's all there. All right, let's close this sucker.
And to be
Close
fair, like
that.
most of the latest changes are like the really, really uncommon things that I don't think Laravel Shift or many other projects would even have, but
Yeah,
just added them
I
for
hear you.
completeness.
All right, get remote dash v. Oh, you know what? The other day, like I tried to paste in. I didn't see any JavaScript errors on the page, but I tried to paste in the clone URL and like it didn't. It didn't do the thing. I don't know. We should look at that
Okay.
later.
Yeah, cool.
But
Like it's got a fire emoji there. It had better work.
yeah, I know it's not so fire when it's. What would be like the opposite of the fire emoji? You think?
Like the poop emoji.
Yes, the poop emoji, maybe. All right, let's see here. All right, I guess we're gonna get a separate branch, of course, for shift, so we don't really need to break anything else up.
Well, let's
God,
just
look at
check
that.
NPR and see what it
So
looks like.
fast. 11 seconds. I mean,
Nice.
we're there. All right, we kind of know what we're doing. Let's follow suit here. Let's copy this.
I
Get
haven't seen the comments like
Yeah,
in
I
GitHub
want to
yet.
slow
Like
down
I've
and look at the comments for sure.
yeah, because it's always so much different. Like when you write text in like a code editor, and then you see it in like its real like live in situ place,
Yeah.
you kind of read it differently. It's like I've heard this recommendation that when you write like a blog post or anything, you should like change the font or just change something
Yeah.
about it before you review it because it gives you like fresh eyes.
Yeah. I normally will like read it on mobile. Like when I'll go ahead and
Ah, yeah,
deploy it, but I'll proofread it on mobile. And I
yeah.
definitely catch more stuff. I saw that same bit. I'm
Even on
blowing away
like
everything and running npm install just because that's like the only
yeah.
way I know how to do it.
So even on like GitHub, if I'm writing a comment and then I want to review it, I'll switch to like the preview mode because it changes the font and the way it looks a little bit.
Do we call this in the other ones? Do we call this convert or like adopt Tailwind 3 colors?
I can have a look for you.
Convert just sounds a little aggressive. double check real quick if you don't mind.
Okay.
All right, so with just-in-time JIT mode, all variants are enabled. As such, variants were removed. Awesome. Shift found instances of transform and filter classes. These are now automatically applied in Tailwind 3, and while there's no harm in leaving them, you definitely wrote this comment. They can safely be removed. That's great.
Well, I don't think I wrote that one. I think I like stole a lot of it from the.
Oh, okay. That's fair. I was gonna say I definitely did not write no harm.
Leaving them. Yeah,
I've heard you say no harm before, so
I'm pretty
I figured
sure
that was you.
Yeah,
That's
probably from Adam.
Yeah, I'll probably just give that a pass to be kind of shift tone.
To answer your previous question, it did say convert to Tailwind 2.0 colors, so it did use the word convert. But if you don't like it, like
the other ones did. I mean, what do you think now that we said adopt? And I guess for the future viewer of this video, crazy pairing session.
Well, so with like the Tailwind 3 colors, like none of the colors will change, right? Like the color palette hasn't changed. All it's done is changed like some of the aliases to use like the new color names.
Yeah.
I don't know whether that, gives any weight to either side of it, but
yeah,
it probably could be renamed to be a little bit clearer, like maybe just updated Tailwind color names or something along those lines.
Yeah, let me snag a few shots here because there's some things in here. I just want to. It's not that it's saying anything wrong. It's just I want to grab some consistency. So like, see here's Tailwind 3, and this is like Tailwind CSS V3.
Yeah,
there's just little consistency stuff like that.
Yeah, and those are the kinds of things that as well you don't always notice until you see them like all together stacked on one page.
We could probably drop those too once we're proved it on Laravel
Once it works
Shift.
on this, yeah.
Yeah. So quickly, everything in here makes sense. This is all good comments. I see that it dropped stuff. We'll look at the actual changes here in a second, but this is all good. This one, though, makes me feel like I need to do something.
Yeah, okay. So
the Tailwind base directive must be present for utilities like transform filters and shadows, which it said it found. So that kind of makes sense. But it's just, then it kind of dumps me to the upgrade guide. And I feel like there's probably more guidance we could give here.
Yeah, I'm just going to have a look at the code for the project.
It's
looking specifically if there's no Tailwind base specified in like your CSS file. Yours has Tailwind base.
Yeah.
I'm going to call that a bug.
Okay. If you want to look at the bug on your side, I'll keep going and bring up Docker. But I'll assume that that's some kind of false positive. All the same, though, we probably should say something like, maybe this Tailwind base should be code. That makes a little more sense to me, right?
What did I make?
You're saying like this is missing.
Part? Yeah, it's linked Tailwind to like a username on GitHub. It thinks that's right.
So I think we need to backtick like this thing
around the whole thing. Yeah, good call.
And then say something like this Tailwind base directive must be present in your, style sheet for utilities, like just something that gives them a little more guidance about like what they're doing. And then we could say like, review the upgrade guide for more details. All right, let's look at the actual changes just real fast.
Your preference on like Tailwind CSS v3.0 versus just 3.0?
I think Tailwind 3 is fine. Tailwind 3.0 or even Tailwind 3.x because they're going to have multiple versions, and as always, we tweak this as time goes on. So given that the shift is called Tailwind 3.x, I would kind of just have everything say in Tailwind 3.x.
Okay.
So, okay. Let's look at the changes. So it updated that. It dropped flex off of stuff, it looks like. Lots of flex, okay. Killed the flex. That makes sense. What else do we have here? Okay, those transform things you talked about. Now this is just negative rotate 1, is that?
Yeah, so that's legit? Like what's like on the homepage, how like those little like labels
Yeah.
are like just tilted a slight bit.
I was just making sure that I guess in my eyes, it's early, but it looked like that was all one class, but transform is a standalone. I see the little space
Yeah,
now.
no, it's a
All
separate
right.
class.
Oh,
It's
cool.
basically like in Tailwind 3, that's automatic now. It's kind of like you don't have to explicitly say transform, it'll do it for you.
Nice.
Which is, yeah.
I never like how we need to work on that like prettier format. It seems to be, it always
Like,
makes this look like worse of a diff than it is.
yeah, I reckon like if we could at least sniff the indentation level and maybe pass that as a configuration to purge, because like in this
Yeah.
case, it's purely, well, the biggest part of it will be it's probably the indentation. If you view
Yeah.
it with white space hidden, does it
I
get
just tried. It's kind of the same.
It's the same? Okay.
We'll just bring it up in Laravel, or sorry, in PHP Storm, and reformat it. But yeah, I mean, everything compiled, everything's running, so it's really just a matter to make sure that it looks good. We're kind of just taking our time giving the shift itself a bit more of a review. But yeah, I mean, that was like less than a minute to pull it down and run npm. So
Nice.
all right, so that just reformatted everything. I do think I'll put the content on multiple lines, so let's let it do that. Oh, what's that about? What did that say? Do you want to remove custom line breaks? No.
What does that mean?
I thought it would like put those on their own line, but I guess not. All right. Anyway. So theme. So we changed grays, huh? I guess it looks like.
No, gray should have changed the same because we've got a custom gray palette basically.
Yeah. Oh no, I meant we customized the gray palette. I forgot.
Oh yeah, we've customized the grays. Yeah, we did that.
Yeah.
We did that back in like Tailwind, like I don't know, the first version we used when there was no warm gray.
Yeah.
So like we could probably actually remove that now and just alias it to Tailwind's warm gray. But that's kind of like a thing that's too clever for Shift to automatically work out, I think.
Is this right that it goes in like that? I guess so.
Yeah, it's just applying like our custom tweaks to the pros class. That looks.
And there's still, yeah, that looks jacked. There's still plugins.
Yeah, still
it's weird
plugins. And your format is like
weird to me. Yeah, I must have something's off here.
It must be like a brace or something missing. But
so safe list theme. Yeah, I guess theme needs to be more like that. I don't know why it's. Or well, no. Why is
that an
module
extra
export?
one there? Yeah.
Yeah.
Because plugins should be at the same height as theme. But where did that extra brace come from?
I don't know if it's extra so much as it's somehow misplaced. What's this go to? Default?
And like there's a space after that. That fat arrow has a space in between. Like that can't be right.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on there. It's really jacked.
Expand that default one.
Yeah.
What does that look like? Oh, so the indentation on default is messed. So if that default should be like that whole block there inside, like from the uppercase default, that should all be indented an extra level. And that extra brace then would actually make sense in there.
Oh, I see. This is inside of typography.
Yeah. So
all right, and then
that explains the.
And then this comes back out.
Yeah.
And then we have that.
I think. I mean,
which it shot everything back in for some reason.
Doing? It really doesn't want that to be like, and it keeps adding that space back in between the fat arrow.
I definitely did not format it, so it's kind of weird that it's griping. I wonder if there's a way to like test it and not PHP Storm because it is hating us right now.
In like, I don't know, Sublime or Atom or text edit.
I'm just curious what I actually changed. Git diff -w tailwind config. Where is it? What the hell is this thing called? Tailwind.config. So all I really did was do the line breaks and then bring that up aligned. So I haven't changed anything else. So this should be fine. Let's start committing this stuff. Git add package package JSON. Git commit dash in. This is basically npm update. And then git add dot git commit dash m reformat tailwind config git push origin head. And then let's actually run this. Do I have Docker running? I don't. Let's bring Docker up, and I'm just going to run npm npm run dev. This is kind of the last step. This obviously would be a massive file, but let's make sure Webpack still runs. Oh, it's actually not a massive file. They always purge now, right? In Tailwind, I think.
Well, it's not even purged anymore. It's because like JIT generates
generates
it based on what you're using. So it's not even like, it's very clever.
Well, this seems to have run, so let's just take a quick peek at the site locally. And if so, we're going to deploy it.
And like most of that CSS, if that 93K probably isn't even Tailwind, it's probably like just the random custom CSS we've got for various bits and pieces.
So sort of short of some comments, which we'll fix and deploy here in just a minute, I feel like this seems to have done everything it needed to do. Again, ran super quick. All right, so we'll go out to shift, or well,
can we like open the site locally and have a look?
Yeah.
Make sure it's
Let's go to laravel shift.whip. As soon as Docker decides to be part of the gang. Okay, so it seems like
I don't remember reading anything about them changing the
it seems like it thinks it's a larger breakpoint than it is.
Yeah.
I don't think I have. I'm not zoomed in any way.
Okay.
What the heck? Are we zoomed in here? Oh, shit. Sorry. All right, the live site was somehow zoomed in. My bad. Okay, so this looks pretty good. This looks pretty good. I don't see anything. Let's go down to those transitions. This all looks good. Testimonials. I mean, it's all pretty static, but here we got some of those transitions. Little.
Yep.
So that sound effect was me. It wasn't. It's not built in. We're not super cool. Yeah, that's looking good. So we definitely can see the transitions. I know there's tons of stuff being flexed on this page, so let's go to this one real quick. Yeah, so I mean, this more transitions, custom colors going on as you scroll, like definitely.
Like
looks good.
All sorts of stuff. Yeah.
I think this is a win. I'm gonna sign in real quick. Sign in. Let's just make sure the sign-in works. I don't know why it wouldn't, but obviously most important piece. I'm just going to visually test it. And to that point, there are Dusk's tests that do all like checkout and everything. So clearly nothing is so broken that it can't be clicked upon. So I'm merging this. Mergeville. Right. Merge and deploy. Here we go. So yeah, it looks good. Closing that down, we merged. Let's go back to the home page. Git checkout dash, git pull. I'm gonna kill Docker so I can get some CPU cycles back. Dismiss Docker, don't bother me right now. All right, there's everything. We shouldn't have to do an npm install because it's all the same branch. That's ignored. So I'm just gonna say deploy, just fingers crossed, do it live. All right. Oh, did you see that? I've noticed this lately. I don't know when it started, but this license.txt file gets built out in Webpack, and I'm not sure why. Yeah, kind of strange.
That's not since the shift, though, right? That
no. That was started a couple of weeks back. It might have coincided with the Laravel Mix 6 upgrade, maybe. Or maybe just a recent NPM update. I'm not sure. But I noticed it a few weeks back, and I don't know what is setting it. Anyway, yeah, it looks like all of our view partials went out, so I'm just gonna get out to the web here real quick. CD4, double shift, clear. And let's just do, I just want to run the optimize command, make sure everything's cleared. All right, hard refresh. Nothing's blowing up. Transitions still work. Let's sign in. Again, most important piece. Cool. This looks good.
For the checkout, make sure that the all-important page where people can pay money works.
Oh, there's like a... Did that border always exist right there? That looks different to me. Thought that was a little more seamless before. Not that it matters. I don't know. Caught my eye real quick.
Yeah, I honestly can't remember now, which is annoying. We can always like locally check out an old branch and confirm. But...
Yeah, not a huge deal. Yeah, see these? I don't remember them being so boxy. Because you can, I think they were more in line with this one.
Yeah, I wonder if something in the latest version of the Tailwind forms.
Yeah, because even the highlight is definitely, I don't remember it being that blue. Should have checked out the form page. Oh well. Yeah, it's not necessarily bothersome. It's just, I don't remember that being that stark.
Yeah, I agree.
Because they definitely would have attempted to match the lightness of this.
And the rounded cornerness.
Exactly, yeah. There's definitely some style elements that are a bit different there. It could just be select boxes, but... No, this is a text input. So...
Yeah.
Could go to the building page real quick and see. I know there's some stuff on preferences and so forth. Yeah.
Right,
yeah, that highlight there. There might be some small things in that form that we could do better. Or just check on.
Like Tailwind CSS forms has... I'll look at the release notes for it and see if...
Yeah, there might have been some last minute things that they threw on there. Who knows? But yeah, I'm not super worried about it. It's just, yeah, probably something generally users should take a peek at if you've got a bunch of forms that you've styled. Must be something slightly different that got thrown in there. But all in all, yeah, I mean, I feel pretty good about this. Let's sign back out and look at some of the other stuff. So we've got, let's go to the Docker page real quick. I know there's a bunch of, make sure those, yep, there's those ticks. So we're good there.
Nice.
Cool. All right. Super successful in my opinion. Running Tailwind 3, made some UI tweaks to match Tailwind UI even better in the pros, like we joked about. 53,000, look at that. Must have just broke that overnight. Cool.
Very nice.
All right, I'm going to stop the recording. Hopefully you all enjoyed. See you next time.
Yeah.